Consolidation test. Consolidation test is also called odometer test. So actually we use it to find certain properties, certain characteristics of soil in the laboratory. Certain means consolidation characteristics of particular soil using odometer test. So in consolidation test, what we are going to get at the end, we are going to determine AV, MV, and moreover we are going to discuss CC. So somebody can comment, sir, what is AV, what is MV, what is CC? We don't know, but it is my duty to tell you what is AV. AV means coefficient of compressibility. Somebody can ask me, what is MV? Coefficient of volume compressibility. Somebody can ask me, what is CC? CC is nothing but, it is a very valuable parameter. CC is nothing but compression index. So if you want these parameters, if you want AV, if you want MV, if you want CC, we should conduct consolidation test. Once you conduct this test, you can get AV, MV, CC. Once you know MV and CC, we can able to calculate SC. Nothing but delta H, change in thickness. In a simple language, we can call consolidation settlement. So let us all now think about consolidation test. So take a soil sample. So in a consolidation ring, actually somebody can ask me, is there any dimension of the ring? Yes, the dimensions are there. The height of the specimen is 20 mm, and also the inner diameter of the ring, nothing but diameter of the specimen is 60 mm, dia height. Now what we are doing now, saturate the soil, that means keep porous stone above and below, and send water. Then what will happen? The soil, this clay becomes saturated. After saturation, the way we are conducting the test, we will apply the load. We will apply the normal load, sigma. When you apply the load by using loading yoke, we will apply the load. Once you apply the load, what is going to be happen to soil? So there is a reduction in thickness. The thickness is going to be reduced. The thickness of the specimen is keep on reducing with increasing stresses. With increase in stress, there is a reduction in volume of the saturated clay. Ultimately, what we can understand, change in thickness, which is nothing but consolidation settlement. So now in each stage, what I can understand, there is a see, this is the void ratio. Everyone knows E, and this is the effective stress. There is no need to speak about effective stress, is nothing but sigma minus U, total stress minus pore water. Now you see, in the beginning of the test, this is the initial void ratio. Let me say this is E naught. When the initial stress is sigma naught dash. Once I am applying the load, once I am gradually increasing the load, I can expect this type of trend. Now I can call it as a final wide ratio. Final wide ratio. Now somebody can ask me, what is AV? What is AV? The slope of this curve. The slope of this curve. How to find the slope of the curve? So it's a very interesting point. The AV means coefficient of compressibility. The name itself is speaking, compressibility. Now how to calculate AV? What is this? Delta E. What is this? Delta sigma dash. Now let me ask you with a lot of enthusiasm, I would like to ask you what is AV now. AV is the slope of the curve. Slope of this curve. It's not straight line. It is curvilinear. It is not straight line. Now I would like to write delta E by delta sigma dash. With increase in stress, somebody can ask me, sir, how can you say the stress is increasing? Because I'm gradually putting load on soil and I am allowing time for consolidation. I'm allowing time for settlement. So what I can expect, there is a reduction in volume, nothing but a reduction in wide ratio. So each load increment, I can expect one wide ratio, E0, E1, E2, but ultimately there is a final wide ratio, EF. Now, the initial stress, sigma naught dash. Increase in stress, delta sigma. But in the consolidation, in the process of consolidation, what is happening? Somebody can ask me, sir, can you explain what is happening in consolidation? When you, from the viewpoint of Terjagi, father of soil mechanics, from his point of view, when consolidation is undergoing, pore water pressure is decreasing. Pore water pressure is decreasing. As you know, the water is squeezing out from soil mass. Pore water pressure is decreasing. What happened to effective stress now? What happened to effective stress? Increases or decreases? Please tell me. Once pore water pressure is decreasing, water is squeezing out from soil mass due to application of the load, what could happen to the effective stress? Effective stress is obviously going to be increased. Just now our friend has mentioned that. So it is true that effective stress increases. So that's why let us see now, without any hesitation, coefficient of compressibility is equal to minus delta E by delta sigma dash. Somebody can ask me, why you are writing minus? You want to write minus? Or what is your interest? My interest behind writing minus, this minus sign indicates when stress is increasing, when effective stress is increasing, wide ratio is decreasing. This is a negative trend. This minus indicates as the effective stress increases, that means as the consolidation in progress, wide ratio decreases. That's what this minus sign is indicates. Now somebody is worrying about this curve is curvilinear. I want to make it a straight line. You don't worry. We can make this curvilinear trend. We can convert it into straight line. Let me one second. Okay, I think it is okay. Now this is y ratio on y-axis, and now effective stress on x-axis. Now the thing is, this time I am taking a semi-log sheet. That means I am trying to put effective stress on logarithmic scale. Then this curvilinear curve is now becomes straight line. Don't worry, it becomes straight line. This is a magic of mathematics. This is the magic of mathematics. Whenever you take the data on logarithmic scale, effective stress on logarithmic scale, then it becomes straight line. Your trend becomes straight line. Now somebody is very eager to know what is CC. Now somebody can say now CC means compression index. Compression index, which is equal to CC is equal to delta E by delta log sigma dash. So don't worry, delta E by delta log sigma dash. If you understand the situation, somebody is very serious. I have initial wide ratio E naught. I have final wide ratio EF. I have initial stress sigma naught dash. I have final stress sigma f dash. The increase is delta E in wide ratio. Sorry, decrease in wide ratio is delta E. The increase in stress is delta log sigma dash. Can you explain now? Yes, Cc is equal to E naught minus Ef by log 10 sigma f dash by sigma naught dash. So don't hesitate now. If somebody is not seeing minus here, the why I am not seeing minus, because I have written initial minus final. If you are writing final minus initial, don't forget to keep minus. This time I am saying goodbye to minus because I am trying to deduct a final wide ratio from initial wide ratio. Then there is no issue with minus. So what I would like to tell you, this minus indicates, once again I will tell you, as the stress increases, wide ratio decreases. Now you can write now what is sigma naught dash. So sigma naught dash, you know how to calculate effective stress. Probably in our beginning classes, we elaborately discussed about how to calculate effective stress. And final stress, which is nothing but initial plus increase in stress. Increase in stress. So E naught, somebody can ask me, you are not written what is E naught. Here E naught means 0. 0 means fully saturated condition where the thickness is H naught. Here H naught means, don't think it is 0. 0 means here initial condition. That means initial wide ratio. So let me write H naught means initial thickness. And somebody can ask me what is sigma naught dash? Initial effective stress. Here 0 indicates initial condition, initial effective stress, which is also called intergranular pressure.